and Sheets.
Welcome back, Stamp Tramps, to Attempted Delivery. I'm Damian.
And I'm Shawn Dick and Sheets.
And we got all our shit talking out of the way before hitting record, thankfully. Right off the bat, there's something like there was this online it's kind of like a riddle type of thing, and I'll just get into it before I actually give my opinions. I don't want to give anything away, so. Yeah. I'll give you the scenario. A man was found dead Sunday morning.
Okay.
His wife calls the police immediately. The police questioned the wife and staff and got the following alibis. The wife said she was asleep. The cook said he was cooking breakfast. The gardener said she was picking vegetables. The butler said he was cleaning the closet. The maid said she was getting the post or mail. The police immediately arrested the murderer. Who was the murderer?
The maid?
Why?
Don't know why. I just guessed that because...
That was the last name you remembered because it was his last.
Well, no, actually, she went to the post office.
Well, it says she was getting the post or the mail.
Okay, yeah.
See, if it had said the maid had gone to the post office, then you might have a case.
Okay.
But everyone under this thing was like, oh, obviously there's no mail on Sunday, so it had to have been the maid because she couldn't have been getting the mail.
I work for the post office and I didn't even get that.
Right. But you also deliver mail, so you know how bullshit of what do they call it? Circumstantial evidence that is.
Yeah.
Because how many times on a Monday have you opened a box and there is shit there that you delivered Saturday?
True, yeah.
So she could have very well been getting Saturday's mail on Sunday.
No, that's true. Yeah. So they just threw her in jail for no reason.
Exactly.
So that riddle is just false. And there could have been an Amazon package because if you deliver Amazon on Sunday, you still use mailboxes. I do. Or I did.
Right.
Yeah.
So like that's what pissed me off about this. Anybody who actually like, yes, on the surface, like
that's really
sure,
funny.
Like surface level, sure. There's no mail on Sunday. She said she was getting the post, but like any actual carrier knows that is. We could testify and get them off on that.
Absolutely, yeah. No, she's an innocent woman in jail right now.
Exactly.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
We wouldn't even need to hire Karen to defend to defend this person.
That woman killed her husband.
Yeah, I mean the wife said she was asleep. That's like the least provable
while he was getting
alibi.
Murdered. What was the murder weapon?
It doesn't say.
It wasn't. Oh, okay. Well, that's also convenient.
Just found dead Sunday morning.
This is shoddy police work.
They're also assuming that it's a murder. Maybe it was just natural causes or whatever. But like the wife is the only one without a verifiable alibi, because everyone else could have been seen cooking breakfast, picking vegetables, cleaning the closet, or getting the post.
Yeah.
So yeah, that just made me mad.
That's funny. That's an outdated poem. Riddle. It wasn't very poetic. It's modern poetry.
Yeah. So what you got going on this week?
Not a whole lot. No, speaking of the post office.
Me neither. That's why I opened with some super online riddle.
No, it's funny because I vaguely remember that. I think I remember hearing that riddle before and I still didn't get it. So it's even funnier that I didn't get it because I'm pretty sure I definitely heard it before.
Right.
Forgot the right answer. But you're right. No, she's a case. She's a case against that DA. But no, that's funny you mentioned work. I went to the bathroom. So they're doing construction at work, and long story short, there's like two bathrooms. One's a big bathroom for everybody, and then one's like a small bathroom just on the other side of the building, which is now closer to us because our cases moved.
Right.
Either way, I used it for the first time since it's been redone. Why is there two paper towel dispensers in the bathroom with two stalls and two urinals?
One in the one with like all the
stalls, all the big bathroom. Yeah, I was like, they're like close together too. They're very cramped on that wall. I was just like, dude, you got to be kidding me. We have one less paper towel dispenser in that one, but yeah, it's irrelevant. But I just like noticed that today. I'm like, you're joking. I, like laughed out loud by myself in the bathroom. I'm like, no way they put 2 in this bathroom
Right.
of 2 stalls and 2 urinals. That doesn't even get used much. Yeah, I thought that was crazy. But I know I have a customer and there somebody must have ran over their mailbox because they haven't had a mailbox for a while. It's been like 2 weeks. Maybe like 1 week. But I haven't been delivering their mail.
Right.
So
And then did they send in a thing? Why aren't I getting my mail?
They didn't do that. I usually don't. My customers are pretty nice. They're not. They usually.
I had that a couple months ago where these people, like, their mailbox was down. They left an open bucket by the street. I was like, I'm not leaving your mail in just an open bucket like that was blowing around in the wind.
Yeah, and like, what if
And
that was just out for trash? You don't know if that's their intention.
Right. Well, no, it said, please put mail in here. And I was like,
funny.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
And this is like easily a $500,000 house.
Yeah.
And
I almost asked you what house, like fucking idiot.
but they wrote in, why aren't we getting mail? It's like,
use your imagination. Please use your imagination.
it was insane.
Yeah, it's so fun. Sometimes, yeah, it's crazy. People are like,
I'll just throw it in your front yard if you want, but you're still not going to get it if it happens to be windy that day.
It's been windy recently too. You think you just not? I don't know. But yeah, they have like and they haven't said anything, but that's like they have they've gotten packages, so that's when they get mail from me.
Oh yeah,
I take it out every day in case they fix the box, and they don't get a lot, so it's not like I'm not carrying like a ton of mail every day for them. But I'll take it out in case that's the day they fixed it. But they got like an Amazon package a couple times, and when they get the package, then I'll just take their mail up front and put it on the porch with the package.
Right.
They have the mailbox on their porch, so I open their mailbox. It's like laying on the ground on their porch. So
I was gonna say we might have to cut that because technically you're not supposed to just leave mail like that.
Yeah, I guess not. Some people have done that. People do that with the packages. They'll like rubber band the mail and put it. I never do that because of that reason. You're technically not.
Right.
I guess I've put hold mail. I mean,
if
hold
somebody
mail,
saw
you
it
don't
and
have a
wanted to be a dick about it, they could get you in trouble. But I mean, that's not really like. It's not like people are out on the lookout.
Yeah,
for
but
that.
what if it's too much hold mail? Then do we not deliver it?
You're supposed to do
Deliver
like all
half and half?
Yeah, or do like all the first and second class, and then the next day do the third class or something like that. Yeah.
See, I would always put it in the door, the storm door.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is fine, especially in like a rural area. It's not like a big deal, but yeah, like we're talking technicalities here. Like you know, there's plenty of stuff you're supposed to do.
Yeah. But there's a lot. I've seen people do that with like packages, which I don't do that just because I don't feel like having them complain about it. Right. You know what I mean? And we're not supposed to. So if they would ever complain that I didn't do that, but
I had a guy yell at me.
But yeah, technically it was in the mailbox, just laying on their porch.
Yeah.
Because that's where it was. I'm like, hell yeah, I'll put it right in there. It's secure. So technically, it's all in the up and up.
Yeah, I did have a guy yelling at me and saying he didn't really necessarily call me stupid, but said it was stupid because his mailbox is before the driveway, and as we do, as we're supposed to do, we put the mail in the mailbox. Then I went up the long driveway and gave him his package. And he's like, "Where's the mail?" I was like, "In the mailbox."
Yeah,
and he was like, "Why wouldn't you bring it up?" And I was like, "We're technically not supposed to do that. Like, how was I supposed to know you were here?"
Yeah, exactly. It's a long
so
driveway.
like, I'm not gonna like leave it if it's raining or windy or whatever. Like, and he was like, "Well, what would you have done with the package if I wasn't here?" I was like, "Left it on the porch." He's like, "Well, yeah, that's stupid. So why wouldn't you just leave the mail?" I was like, "How would you have gotten the mail if I didn't have a package? You would walk your fucking ass down to the fucking mailbox."
So crazy. It's so crazy. Yeah. It's not, I was going to say, it's like crazy that it's not even considerate for you to have done that. That's just like going at it. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm trying, I can try to think of like a way to describe that, but it's like, he's mad that you didn't like, just to happen to do something nice. Like, what kind of world do you live in where people are like, well, let me do this for like just in case this guy's happens to be here. That's so far.
If his mailbox was after the driveway, then I would have had the mail on me. I mean, sure, here it is, but it just happened to be before, so I'm not gonna like. If I had to go out and then reverse, that would create an unsafe situation.
Exactly. Yes. And also, like, dude, what? I'm not your mailman. I'm the mailman. Like, you know what I mean? It's fucking some prolific shit I just dropped right there, all right? I'm not, like, I'm not your personal like
Right.
assistant that delivers the mail to you every day. No, I have like 600 deliveries.
Right.
And like you're getting the same service. But what kind of like that's so entitled. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. Like that's
Right.
so entitled to be like, why didn't you do this thing? Why didn't you think of all the possibilities of serving me like I mean, it's crazy. Like and I'm a considerate person. So it's like, I do think of shit like
Exactly.
that. So it's like, yeah, get out of here, man. Yeah.
God, the
people are-
boomers are such an entitled generation, right?
Dude, I had somebody once. I'm glad you said this because I've thought about trying to put in a bit once and it just never, it's not funny. And maybe because it's not funny to me. So I never even, but like
Right.
I think it's too mean. This guy was complaining. So like, I was at a cluster box. So he has like just a cluster box and there's like the small cells, not the big long ones. So like it was a trailer park or whatever. And I was delivering a mail once and he was complaining about the Windows things. So real big mail. It's just a big like kind of like not cardboard, you know what I'm saying? Card stock or whatever.
Right.
I'm trying to describe a flyer.
It's basically like a advertisement, coupons
Yes,
and shit.
yeah, but it's like the big ones that are really obnoxious.
Right.
If anybody gets mail, if you can relate to this thing
Right.
that everybody usually gets,
Right.
But
So it's a way oversized thing for
Yes.
like replacing your windows and shit.
yeah, and it's the same thing every time, which is terrible marketing because you see it and you know what it is before you even read it. So it's terrible marketing for something that's going to be the same size, shape, color every time you get it because then you know it's trash before you even look at it. But they're like really big and they do kind of jam into the small cluster boxes because the cells aren't very big.
Right.
And he was complaining about it, which people complain about junk mail all the time, but he was like, yeah, it's hard to get out of the cluster box, you know. And he's like, a few things. He's like, well, yeah, when I try to take it out of the mailbox, it hurts my hands. I'm like, dude, you're gotta be kidding me right now, man. It hurts your hands to pull mail out of the mailbox? Like, that's your complaint? And he's also like, the lady before you, the lady that used to do the route would rubber band everybody's mail in, and then so it was like, you know, smaller or whatever. I'm like, I didn't say this, but
That's
first
insane.
off, I know your old mail lady, and no, she didn't.
Not a fucking chance she would do that.
You know who had my route before me, and she
Not
didn't
a
do
chance.
that.
Not a chance.
I know she didn't do that.
She was more likely to
Throw it at his
ball it up and just
Yeah.
fucking put
Yeah,
it in there.
yes.
she would have made it real easy to pull out of the mailbox.
Yes, she would have. Yeah, and she doesn't. It's an exaggeration, but it's funny because like, we know who it was, and she
Right.
didn't fucking do that.
Not a
No
chance.
chance in hell she did that. I know her very well. And but then I was just like, dude, you're fucking with me right now. It hurts your hand. Like, it was a boomer. I'm like, this fucking guy. You're the greatest generation, and it hurts you. Oh, it hurts your hands to pull the mail out of the box. I couldn't believe.
Do you have
Like-
a hand injury from the war? Like, what is?
Well, he was a veteran, and no, he didn't have a hand injury from the war. He did not, and I just made me think, what? Like that was the bit I was gonna try to do. I'm like, I can't do this bit. I'm like, and this guy served. Like, what did you serve? Food to the real men? Like, what's happening right now? Like, there's no way you saw combat and you're complaining about hurting your hands in a fucking. There's just no way.
Sounds like stolen valor to me.
I was like, dude, this is a joke. This fucking guy. Oh man. But yeah, that was fun. But I just thought it was. I just think it's funny. I feel like they're ordering because they don't get a lot of the customer at the mid-down mailbox. I feel like they don't get that many packages. I feel like they've been ordering more packages now.
Just to get the mail.
yeah.
Hey, you know what you can order on Amazon? A fucking mailbox.
Yeah, they're working on it. They put a new. Somebody must have hit it now that I think of it because I mean, obviously, I don't think somebody ran into it and knocked a mailbox down. But somebody must have hit it with their car, and they must not know who it is because it's like the thing they replaced it with is like a cement pole. I'm like, God damn! They're like, this is the last time I'm replacing this mailbox, and they didn't put a mailbox on it yet, though.
Right.
But they put, it's like a concrete pole. I'm like, damn, yeah, they're not trying to have that fall over again. Yeah, they're like,
These people. I mean, I know we're doing like a lot of like petty, like postal peeves,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word. But these people built this house
yeah,
in like a not cheap area, which I'm sure was like crazy expensive even to build the house. A year ago, maybe two,
Oh shit!
And still
Stuff
to
was
this
expensive too.
Yeah, still to this day, at the end of their driveway is just like a wooden post in like a bucket.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's not
That's
even like
so
in the
funny.
ground. It's just
Yeah.
in a bucket. It's like falling over. The door comes off. There's no flag.
Yeah.
If you can afford to build that house, how can you not have
They spent it
a
on the
legit
house,
mailbox?
man.
Like
They
it's
spent-
insane. Like it's.
I guess they just don't give a shit.
We blew our load. Sorry, inflation. We can't put up a fucking normal mailbox.
So I wonder if they. I've seen some people that always have the one because of like I know there was one on a route in West York that I would do, and they always had like it was a big cement base, but it was like a movable one. And I think they did that because they got tired of people hitting it. So they're like, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna put a fucking anchor right here. So if they hit it, their car's gonna be fucked
Right,
up."
because like plows can take it out.
Yeah.
And that's. I mean,
And
this
they're probably-
has a pretty big curb.
Yeah, so it's just yeah.
It's just nonsense. It's insane that like they would.
Yeah, I guess they just don't care and haven't gotten around to it yet.
I guess
That's funny. Yeah, yeah, it is funny that you wouldn't just think to put up a nice one. Yeah,
right. But enough of the postal peeves. Because I don't have to think about that for a week and a half. One of the perks of our job, apparently we get bonding time with the birth of a child. So I'm doing that. So the next week and a half, I'm living my dream of
Stay-at-home
being
dad.
oh fuck yeah.
If you can get a side hustle worked up in that time, you can quit your job. You got a week and a half.
Well, now I'm on like the 12-year plan with that with comedy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good. You'll retire first.
Right.
You'll be 65 in 12 years, right?
You wish. Yeah, so I'm off. I'm looking forward to just having home time with the kid. Like,
Nice.
yeah, it's
Yeah, you
it's
said
awesome.
like the bonding time you had to, because you basically just wanted it for like a week, a day
well,
a
I
week.
wanted to be able to take it kind of like whenever doctor's appointments or like that kind of, and just like take the time if I'm entitled to it. But
Yeah.
you have to use a
chunk
certain
of it.
chunk of time. So it was like, oh darn, force my hand and force me to take off 2 weeks. Okay,
Yeah.
so sad. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. So I'm gonna try and actually get out to a few mics.
There
With our scheduling,
You'll have
maybe-
all day to nap.
Exactly. Well, also like I'll be able to leave the house because I have been home all day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Maybe it might be a little bit more flexible in that regard. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to chilling with the kid because it's when I do leave, I'll come home from work. I'm like, you look different than you looked this morning. Like your hair is
Yeah.
thicker. You're like, you look taller. Like it's crazy. Like it seems like they'll be like this little potato forever. And then all of a sudden, like the next day, like she
Yeah.
looks so much like mature in the face and like that. It's a weird, like time bendy thing.
Yeah.
It's
You
like
even
going
see,
so
I see her
fast,
once a
but-
week, and it is kind of like, huh? But yeah, like,
Right.
yeah, it does look a little different.
So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Hell yeah!
Oh
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you.
You sacrificed so much
I know.
for that bonding time.
What else we got? What
Dude, I just saw this article. That wasn't that long. I just saw this article that said about so this guy, his like, I don't know why I'm laughing already. This part isn't the funny part, but this guy, his like wife died at like a restaurant in Disney.
I think I heard about this.
Yeah,
Continue.
And,
Yeah, yeah.
and so I guess he wasn't there, which is even sadder because he didn't get the, But yeah, so she had an allergic reaction at like a restaurant, and it wasn't on Disney's premises, but I guess Disney owns the building
Okay.
or whatever. But either way, she had like allergic reaction, even though they were like assured that that there was no allergies or whatever, like that it was clean. I guess I don't even know what that would be called. Like if you have a food allergy and they assure you that they didn't have, like it was everything was good, it was supposed to be
Okay.
fine. She ended up having a reaction anyway and ended up going to the hospital and dying. And
The happiest place on earth. Jesus.
yeah, now he's the happiest now. But all the articles say that, and it's definitely clickbaity, that that the case is probably going to get thrown out for now. It's going to have to go to arbitration because he signed the terms and services on Disney Plus. So he had a Disney Plus. I don't know if he had a membership, but he at least signed up for the trial and had and signed, and in the fucking fine print in the you can't sue Disney
for
publicly.
anything.
Well, it has to go to arbitration, and I guess it just can't be like a regular lawsuit. It has to be like private. I don't know how that works exactly.
And I'm sure Disney has no influence over the arbitrators whatsoever.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's not a thing.
No, yeah, of course not. But yeah, it's just like a wild thing. It's like, God damn it, do we have to start? Like, that was always a joke for years. You know, early.
The terms of service.
Yeah.
There was a whole South Park. Remember the iTunes terms of service or whatever?
Yeah. That wasn't the Centipede episode, was it?
Maybe.
And that's how they got...
It was around that era, maybe.
I'm trying to think if that's how they got... No, I don't think that was it. Either way. But I remember that episode. They were like, you didn't read... And apparently everybody read it. That was so funny, yeah.
But how could you possibly think while getting Disney Plus...
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the Disney company. And then you also...
they might kill your wife with an allergen that they claimed wasn't present in the food.
Well, and apparently it's weird because... they're not responsible for the restaurant. They must be responsible somehow, but apparently people are saying that they don't even run the restaurant. So it's weird that they even said that. But if they said that, then
I'm sure they collect money from the restaurants.
Yeah, I think they own the property or something.
Okay.
But so like people were like, well, that's weird that they would, but they must have been somewhat responsible, or else why would they say that? You know what I mean? Why would they? Because it's a crazy headline. I mean,
and how could he even name them in a lawsuit if they're not?
Exactly. So yeah, I think and I guess they do that so that if they do get sued for something, it doesn't hurt their reputation.
That's wild.
So they want it under wraps. Right. They'll let you, you can sue them obviously, but they don't want you to go public with anything. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's why, because I did hear the original story of just, it was unfortunate that there's no allergens. And then she ended up dying. That's all I heard. I didn't hear about the lawsuit or the fact that... or that they had to throw the case out of regular court. They got to be able to fight that in some
Well, I mean, I think
way.
they can still sue him. He can still sue, but he has to... do it privately, a civil suit or whatever. I don't really know how that works.
Through arbitrators that Disney probably owns.
I guess, yeah. I don't even know what arbitrators are. Like, what does that mean?
I guess it's like an outside party that helps settle a dispute. Like, this happens with our union and the post office.
Okay, yeah.
And traditionally, anytime our union has gone to arbitration, we have lost. We being the union. It typically doesn't go in our favor. So it might be a similar situation.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, and it's crazy that they can just. Yeah, that's so wild. Yeah. I mean, it's funny that it's just a funny. I mean, I guess I don't know. I guess it's Disney, so you can't sue them. You can't sue their park either. Apparently, when you buy tickets to their park, it's the same way.
That's wild.
You're signing off on. I don't know how that works, but yeah, like apparently, if you go to Disneyland, and I think with the purchase, I think it said. I read a couple articles, and with the purchase of the tickets, you were agreeing to not sue them or whatever. It goes to arbitration or whatever.
That's wild.
Yeah, it is wild. And that was the human centipad episode of
Okay,
South
that makes
Park.
sense. That makes sense.
Because Kyle didn't read and then he became part of the experiment. And yeah, that was so fucking funny. They're all like, "You don't read the terms." It's like, no, I thought everybody reads it. Yeah,
I've never had cuttlefish. But because of that episode, I never will. Like it could be the most delectable fucking treat in the world, but I can't hear that word without thinking of that episode.
I don't blame you. Some things just turn you off forever. Cuttlefish and Swiss cheese, none for you.
No, thank you.
I made a Swiss cheese and ham omelet, and it's fucking fantastic the other day.
Gross.
But yeah, no, I just thought that was wild. That made me think like, Jesus Christ, do I gotta start reading this shit? Like who even? And then I guess like you just don't get to use products anymore. You know what I mean? Because if you look at like a lot of these apps, you can't use some of the apps without agreeing to like some of the condition or whatever. Like Now they have them that where they say only while using the app. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Right.
With
right.
certain what's
like location.
Yeah, stuff like that. But I'm trying to think of what that permissions. That's what permissions.
Yep.
But yeah, like it says that, but it's like how do I know? I mean, I can clear all the things, but is it running in the background? I don't know that.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, we're fucked. I mean, if they ever do start, using these phones to kill us or whatever the conspiracies are, we're definitely screwed because they own all the permissions. Yeah.
They're gonna change the Epcot Center to Epstein Center and be like, "Well, you signed Disney Plus. We have the right to take you to this island.
We have the right to your firstborn. We're gonna take both of them. We're not monsters.
You agreed to this plane ride in the terms and conditions of Disney Plus.
They can start doing all kinds of shit. Yeah, that's dangerously close to the.
You
South
can now
Park
watch
episode.
Fantasia and take a plane ride."
Yeah, that's fun. That's really funny. Yeah, it's just it's scary. Yeah, who would have thought?
Right.
Yeah, God, what does Netflix get you signed up for? Stranger Things experiments.
In other entertainment news, actually, this was crazy. I didn't even know this was a thing. Bill Burr's obviously been getting into acting. I mean, he was in Breaking Bad, and so he's it's been a long time. But
The Mandalorian. Speaking of Disney,
right. You need some caffeine.
Yeah, I do. I've been off of caffeine for 2 weeks.
Oh shit.
Yeah, which I don't know. I haven't felt. I kind of just did it off of what for no real reason. I just haven't been thirsty for coffee in the mornings,
right.
So I just started drinking something else, and then I was like, oh, let me fucking.
You're still too just well hydrated that you just can't take any more liquid.
I guess, yeah, exactly. But and I'm like, I just don't. I was like, all right, let me try. People always talk. I always see people saying I think I'm broken. Is my point. People would be like, oh yeah, I'm a bit off of caffeine. I feel amazing. I feel fucking no different at all. It's every time I do anything, half the shit I do for myself, I don't even. I'm like, oh, I don't feel any better. I don't feel any sharper mentally. When I take breaks from alcohol, I don't feel that different. Right. I mean, I sleep better.
Maybe again. You're just at the peak health.
I doubt that.
You can't get any more healthy, dude. Just stop. Fucking stop.
If that's the case, it's the kombucha. You guys gotta start drinking kombucha because it's doing wonders. I can drink all the alcohol I want. No, but yeah, and I think I'm like, oh fuck it, let me keep going. I think it's been I don't even know when I stopped, so I need to figure that out. But I'm like, maybe I'll try 30 days or whatever the fuck because I'm not. But I don't feel any. I don't have more energy sustained throughout the day. I don't have. I don't understand. And I see people oh my god, ever since I quit caffeine, it's amazing. I just have so much energy and blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, placebos must be nice. They must be great because
right.
I wish I could have them because it doesn't.
Actually, I don't know if this is complete bullshit, and I don't even remember where I heard it, but somewhere on a podcast or something in the last couple of days, I heard they say that caffeine actually doesn't give you energy. It just blocks tiredness.
Yeah, there's a term for it, and I'm so bad at recalling information. That's why I had a 1.9 GPA. But it's so it fights it blocks the somethings. I can't even remember what it's called.
Right on, but I'm with you. I'm with you.
I actually just watched a video on this today too, which is funny. I still can't remember.
Maybe you should drink a little coffee and you might remember.
It blocks the somethings in your brain that receptors, something like that.
Okay.
It's a specific thing.
Okay.
That it's similar to endorphins, but it's not endorphins. Which you do get an endorphin like reaction when you drink coffee, but that's separate from this. What caffeine does is it stops you. It does stop you from being tired. There's a physical mechanism that it does stop, which is why there's a crash because they build up, I guess.
Okay.
So then when the caffeine wears off, they all come through and you get tired at once.
Right.
But I don't know if I've ever had caffeine crash necessarily either. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I'm broken or if there's a gene or some shit that makes me, because I could always drink caffeine and just go to sleep.
Right.
So I don't know if that's, I always thought it was tolerance, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. But anyway, I think I'll keep trying. and see if like I feel better in like 30 days. But I'm like, dude, this is bullshit, man. I quit smoking cigarettes, didn't feel any different. Like, I think the only thing when I quit smoking cigarettes, I stopped getting like sick. Like I stopped getting colds and shit. Like when you smoke cigarettes, every once in a while you get a little cough. Imagine that. Like, but you'll get like a sore throat a few times a year, and it's like, oh, is this it? Is this the one? Is this the last sore throat I get before I have to use the box, like the Marlboro Man? But no, it's like I quit smoking cigarettes, never felt different at all. No benefits. I didn't feel anything. I'm like, this is bullshit, dude. I hate this. Every time I quit something, I don't really feel. I'm like, this is dumb. But anyway, Bill Burr.
Oh, right. Also, apologies. Apparently, my kid is losing her damn mind in the background. So if you hear a baby crying, she's safe. But yeah, Bill Burr is actually going to be on Broadway.
No shit.
Yeah. Not just movies, TV, that kind of thing. He's branching out.
Broadway Billy.
People have been calling him Billy Broadway.
Billy Broadway.
Billy's branching out into Broadway. So this is probably a stupid question. Did you ever see the movie Glengarry Glen Ross?
No.
Fuck.
Is that the one with Alec Baldwin?
Yes.
Okay. I've heard it. Coffee's for closers.
Coffee's for closers. Yeah, that's Alec Baldwin has a famous speech in that. Second greatest thing that he's ever done. But it was actually a play written by David Mamet, who has done some other crazy movies like The Untouchables, Hoffa, Wag the Dog, Hannibal.
Okay, I saw Hannibal.
Right. Yeah, the movie.
Hannibal or the whole series?
I think just the movie where. Well, no, I think it's Hannibal Buress' comedy special where he eats people.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a good special. Yeah.
That was a weak attempt at a joke.
It was.
That's why it's called attempted delivery, not successful delivery. But yeah, so it was originally a David Mamet play, and I think he actually wrote the screenplay for this movie. The
Hannibal,
movie,
it was a play?
No, Glengarry Glen Ross.
Clarice. Did you put up a fight? I don't know. What's that? Hairspray? Some shit like that.
The movie actually reads a lot like or plays a lot like a play. Like it's a movie, it's a film, but like the dialogue and the acting, it comes off very stage-like. But a ton of people are in it. Alec Baldwin actually has a pretty small part.
Yeah.
But it's like Jack Lemmon, Pacino's in it, Kevin Spacey's in it, Ed Harris, and some others that I'm probably forgetting. But it was an awesome movie, but it was a play, and Bill Burr is going to be in it with Bob Odenkirk is also going to be in it, and Kieran Culkin. So that's going to be...
Is that like Macaulay Culkin's brother?
Yeah.
I didn't even know until... Yeah, I didn't know he had a brother until I think I saw something about that.
Yeah.
Because I forgot to read it.
He was in Succession. Kieran Culkin he was fucking great in Succession.
Yeah, cool.
Really good in Succession, but yeah, the three of them. I was trying to think of who is going to play like what role. I could see Kieran Culkin playing the role that Kevin Spacey did. I could see Bill Burr maybe doing the Ed Harris role. Yeah. Because...
Is he going to sing?
No, it's not a musical. It's not. It's just
idiot.
a
play. All that Broadway shit's the same.
It's not a musical. It's just a play. But I thought Bill Burr might be able to do the Ed Harris one, but I don't know if it's just because they're both kind of bald.
Yeah, kind of bald.
I could see Bob Odenkirk doing the Jack Lemmon role, like the beat up, defeated salesman, kind of like. But it'll be interesting. Like, I almost want to go to Broadway to see this.
Yeah.
I fucking love the movie. So to be able to see that with like known actors that you know versus like going to, like, I've seen a couple things on Broadway. Like my mom took us to see Rent, and there might have been another one, but there weren't like actors that I've known. And I know actors do this all the time. They go on Broadway, but I haven't seen somebody of like a Bob Odenkirk or something like.
Well, yeah, that's like
on Broadway. So
three. I mean, I guess I don't know the Kieran dude, but like Bill Burr and Bob. What's his name?
Odenkirk.
Odenkirk.
Right. Better Call Saul.
Yeah, no, I know who it is. I just never know how to say his last name.
Right.
I know it when I hear it, but I never say it.
Right. But yeah, I almost want to fucking go up to Broadway and see it. I think it's coming in 2025, like maybe in the spring.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I feel like if I was gonna go to Broadway, I'd want to see something like classic, just to because I've never seen any of that shit.
Right.
I was talking to Drew about that, and I was like, yeah, I never thought I should probably. I guess I was like, I should go to. I mean, I thought about going to Broadway. I'm like, I don't know if I should go to Broadway or just do like a local one. And he's like, go to Broadway. It's like he's like, I've done the local ones. Go to Broadway.
Right. Yeah, it is super impressive. I mean, like I said, seeing Beetlejuice down at the Hippodrome was pretty cool. But I mean, like on Broadway, it'd probably be pretty intense. I mean, I don't even know if that would go to Broadway, but I'm excited. It makes me want to rewatch the movie.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can find it on some kind of streaming. It's definitely worth a watch. It's a good movie.
Yeah. What's the movie?
Glengarry.
Okay.
Yeah, Glengarry, Glen Ross. It's like
we just talked about a bunch, and now I'm like, wait, that was the movie, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they're doing like real estate sales, and they're like real pushy, like coffees for closers. Like it's they're pushing them, and all the salespeople are complaining that they're giving the company's giving them shit leads, so they're like kind of under pressure. I think like the whole Alec Baldwin speech is like, we're running a sales contest. First place, you get a Cadillac. Second place, you get a set of steak knives. Third place, you're fired. It's that kind of
So that sounds fun,
and then they all try to like navigate that in some way. Pacino is like kind of like the hotshot salesperson who can pretty much close everybody and anybody.
Okay.
So
does Alec Baldwin ever play characters or just himself and everything?
this one is
kidding.
This one's a little intense even for him.
Yeah.
What's my name? Fuck you. That's my name.
I've always heard that movie's really good. I should check that out.
Absolutely. But yeah, I'm excited for that. As far as comedy stuff.
Yeah.
We have some of ours, but I didn't know. Did you have anything else going on?
I don't think so.
What happened this week? Have you done shows?
No, I haven't had any shows.
How about mics? You've been doing my... I remember vaguely what open mics are like.
Yeah. Not good.
That's why I don't do them anymore. I'm just going to do shows from now on. It's like...
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can just keep doing new material at shows. Just wedge it in, yeah.
Fuck
it. I mean...
I've been doing that here and there. Like, I've been trying to do... Even if it's just a little tag, I've been trying to do at least one little new thing.
Yeah.
And it kind of keeps it, like, fun, a little, like, dangerous.
Yeah, it's definitely fresh for
like,
sure.
Yeah. So it's, you know, I'm not doing, like, a whole new 5 minutes every show, but, like, even if I can just throw one or change one little thing, it just, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if it's helping me keep from getting stale or complacent or what, you know what I mean? But all kidding aside, I do want to do some mics so I can actually like work on some new stuff and see if it works. But
now you don't have an excuse.
Right. So,
or next week you don't have an excuse. I mean,
true.
Yeah. That's what yeah.
So what happened last? The Four Horsemen show. How was that?
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Nice.
Yeah, all four horsemen killed. Right. Shout out Mike O'Donnell, Damian Robinson, Andrew Glessner, and Manny Santiago. Yep. And then Lennon Free, who was on a couple episodes back. Mm-hmm. They all murdered. The room was awesome. I mean, and it felt like...
you showed me a picture. It was pretty full. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it was damn near sold out. I know they weren't, I think they weren't thrilled that they didn't sell out because they sold out the last two.
Right.
I mean, it had to be close because we sat in the way back. Mm-hmm. I even said when we we went in, and when we went into the show with our tickets or whatever, I was like, don't put us in the back, let other people, you know what I mean, sit in the front or whatever. Sure. But it was like damn near sold out. I mean, it had to be, there had to only be like maybe, I don't know, like 20 or 30 seats left. Mm-hmm. I mean, if that, because there were still people back in the back with us too. So I don't know. I didn't count the chairs. I probably could have, but
pretty awesome turnout.
But I could have counted the chairs. Like I could have, if I thought about it, I could have counted how many tickets that didn't sell. Right. So it was.
Well, I was one of them because I did get a ticket.
Yeah.
I did try to send out a thing like, hey, if anybody wants a ticket, I got it.
You did try.
Yeah.
But it was a sick show. What's it called? Yeah, just say the crowd was fucking definitely there for it. I mean,
Hell
it seemed like a real fun crowd. They seemed like comedy fans too, which was cool.
Nice.
Like it wasn't just
It's always
like
good when comedy fans show up to comedy.
Yeah, it's nice.
There's some
It's
of those
pretty-
nights, I think we were talking last week, where it's like, why are you here?
Yeah,
Like-
and open mics, it is what it is.
Right.
But it's like some shows, it's like, all right, some of these jokes aren't working. It's like weird. It's just like a weird situation. You know what I mean? But yeah, it seemed like it was like it was a sick crowd, and everybody fucking murdered. I mean, everybody killed. But yeah, it was a really fun show.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bummed to miss it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was better than the Thursday open mic. I know that. Thursday was a weird night.
Really?
Yeah, it was I didn't like bomb completely by any means, but it didn't do great. And I went second, which is rough sometimes, because if like the audience
Right.
isn't super like, if the audience isn't really there for it, it can take quite a few comics to get warmed up.
Right. People are waiting on drinks and getting food.
Well, and
and
it's not so much like that for the open mics because they're all just kind of like there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
But it just like takes some time sometimes. Sometimes. But they didn't warm up too much throughout the entire night, to be honest. They definitely warmed up a little bit. Like people like in the middle had like a little bit of a better spot, but even that, like, so I mean, I'm not blaming that. I didn't do well one way or the other, but I didn't even do that much newer stuff. I did like some newer stuff that I don't do a lot, but I even started with like that John Wick joke that usually kills more than people think it's funnier than I think it is at this point. I kind of don't even like that joke that much anymore, but like, it's like a short joke that I threw at the front just to like kind of pad the rest of the set or whatever. Didn't work. I mean, it did like okay, and immediately I was like, oh, I see how this is gonna go. Because if that joke didn't like kill, then I know how it's just this is what this is going to be. This is gonna be very mid set, and that's exactly what it was. Just like some stuff did better than others. It was just like weird. It was just weird. I'm even pretty sure like Mike was like laughed at me because it was like it was just like it was a joke that normally hits, and then I just heard him laugh like
He's like,
shit.
I know that pain.
Yeah. It was just one of those. It was one of those where you're laughing at people bombing, and it was weird. Like there would be some people go up. I forget who specifically, and I think like Alex Webb went up with like a new joke that did like well, and I think he even somebody said something about it, like wow, that was a new joke. You guys like that? And then he did older jokes, and they didn't work. It's like, what is happening with this room? It was super weird. It was just
Right.
like, I don't know. It's like they got tired of every comic halfway through their set or something.
A whole 3 minutes each.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck?
literally, it was just funny. It was just a funny night. Like a lot.
God, 3 minutes, it feels like it's barely time to get started. And then,
I know.
Like,
It was just real weird. It felt like half of everybody's set went bad and then the other half went well. It was just a real weird night. I don't know. That's just like, it felt like it was kind of like that for most people. There's a few people that did well the whole time, but like not many. I mean, it just felt like a lot of people had like a couple hits and then just nothing. It's like, what is this is so weird. So it was like a weirder night, but it was fun either way, but not that constructive for a night that actually had people there. You know what I mean? So
and then you hit another mic again that I was not able to go to. I swear I do comedy, folks.
Yeah.
But you checked out Church of Satire.
yeah, I checked out
which-
Church Satire for the first time, which was sick.
Oh, yeah.
It was a little bit of a weird night, but again, it's open mics.
I feel like every open
It's
mic we're
just
like,
me.
it was a weird night.
Yeah, people listening are like, no, Shawn, I think you're just bad at comedy. I think that's what's going on. I think you just suck balls. Yeah, it's weird. Everybody else killed and I did terrible. I don't know. It was a weird room. But I think part of it, a lot of people, it was just like 4 of us from Phantom Power got bumped. So that's
Okay.
why I was there. It was on a Monday. And there was a show. I don't even know what the show was. But 4 of us from, is it 4 of us? Yeah, me, I went and I ended up going with Elliot.
Right.
I took your place and carpooled with Elliot. And then Kyle Ziegler showed up with a couple people from, from Phantom Power. They normally go on Mondays. So it was just 4 extra people. at the mic, but there was like 20 there was like 20 people at the mic, where it's
they
usually,
typically have like 16, right?
It's usually under. I think it's usually around 12 or so.
Okay.
And so there was a ton of people. So we only had like 4 minutes there. So I was like, damn it, I can't get 5 minutes anywhere. Excuse me.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nice. That's good.
No, it's not. I apologize to everyone who just...
I should let you bomb. Why am I letting you fucking get to do shows all the time? I get to...
Oh, it's a weird night.
Yeah.
The crowd sucks tonight. I don't know what the deal is.
You suck tonight. you suck tonight. I'm bombing. But yeah, no, it was a little bit of a weird night, but it was cool. It was a really fun. Like a lot of the people stayed in the room and stuff. It was just like it was a really welcoming, like, mic or whatever. So it was definitely sick. And the one guy that runs it, I actually don't know exactly what he does, but I know he was hosting. He was hosting, and then they guest host Dom Driscoll.
Right. I remember seeing that posted. Yep.
So yeah, I mean, it was definitely fun. And I kind of I wanted to work on those cougar jokes. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, fucking 4 minutes. You got to be kidding me. So I'm like, do I do... And I was like, also kind of like, maybe I should do... Because these are, like, a lot of people, I don't know my jokes.
I thought about that. Like, do you want to go...
It was wide open.
Do you want to, like, kind of, like, do your comfortable shit for the first time in a new place? Like,
don't think I didn't think about doing what I thought about doing jokes that probably would have went over much better.
Sure.
Especially for people that don't know them. But I like the John Wick joke probably would have did better. You know what I mean? It would have made sense to do some of those jokes there. But I'm like, no, don't be a pussy. Just figure out. And the cougar jokes are like from between 4 and 5 minutes. It's about 4.5 kind of, but like with not as many laughs, it goes quicker. So I'm like, let me just try to tell these quicker. And it moves faster when it doesn't really get a much reception, because then you just go to the next joke immediately.
Right.
You don't have to wait for people to stop laughing.
When they're not laughing, you don't have to wait for them.
Yeah, it's funny how fast you go in silence. But yeah, I definitely got some laughs and shit here and there.
Right.
So it wasn't, I didn't bomb the whole time, but it was, it was an open mic. But it was definitely like a really fun time. And yeah, it was sick. That room is really cool. It's like a really cool room. Mm-hmm. It's a little like church or whatever. It's like a very small room, but it looks, I forget, I think it's 40, I forget what it says, 49 capacity.
Oh shit. All right.
Yeah, at capacity is 49, but they're all pews. So it's like rows of pews.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's a really cool room. But yeah, it was a fun time. I'm trying to think of yeah, I mean, it was just, it was another open mic to go to. Everybody seemed really cool.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bunch of people from Maryland, because it's Hanover, so it's like right on the line.
Right.
Basically, not literally, but it's
close enough.
Close to Maryland.
Close
yeah.
enough. Yeah.
So so I met a bunch of cool people, and we went out to, me and Elliot went out to hang for we went to like this like bar nearby to hang for like a little bit. I had this fucking beer. It's I looked it up. It's a Von Trapp Brewery. It's not from around here, but it's a micro brewery, and it's a smoked Helios. I always forget how to say that. Hellas lager. It's a German type lager.
Okay,
but they're always called Hello. I drank them, and it's like yeah. But either way, it's a lager.
Sure, it wasn't like Hylos. I don't know. You said it was German.
Hylos lager. It's kosher lager. But no, it was just like a smoked lager, and I'm like, that sounds interesting. Just fucking I don't even need to take a sample. Give me one. Like, let me try that.
Sounds like it could be good, but could also taste like hot dogs. Like,
it's gross. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like smoked.
It's kraut. It's
well, sometimes like smoke flavor just tastes like hot dogs to me.
Yeah. No, it was fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was kind of like, I was kind of bummed that I looked it up and it wasn't really a local spot, because now I can't go there. So I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna find them or somewhere. But yeah, it was just, I just threw that on there just because I just thought about it. I'm like, god damn, that was a good beer. Yeah, if I would have been, if it wouldn't have been like 11 o'clock at night, I would have had like a couple more.
Right.
But I was like, hell, I'm glad I got one, because I was like, damn, I want to find that somewhere. But now that I'm done sidetracking that, but
right. Yeah,
But yeah, it was a fun time.
nice. I definitely got to make my way out there.
Yeah, it made me think I got to get out to more mics just because why?
For sure.
I mean,
For sure.
it's stupid not to.
Yeah, Malik
Meet
and all
more
them,
people.
that whole crew, like they've been hitting all the Baltimore ones. Like, Elliot was telling me about one out in Frederick.
Yeah, he was telling me about a few.
Yeah, so I'm definitely trying to, if I ever get back to doing mics, to branch out a little bit. Yeah, I'm definitely trying to make it out to that one because everyone has nothing but good things to say about it. So.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
Yeah.
So my weekend was interesting.
Yeah.
So the reason I didn't end up going to the Four Horsemen show, I had gotten a ticket and everything. 10:30 the night before.
Yeah.
Earl David Reed sends me a message. Hey, I might be able to use you in Shippensburg tomorrow. Are you available? It's like, shit, you gotta buy me dinner first. Like, I honestly thought he just completely forgot who I was after the contest, just because he had talked about like booking people and like I think like you and Manny are doing something in October or something like that, and I was like, all right, fuck me. But yeah, he messaged.
Well, Manny's already been on his radar. So.
Right. But I just assumed I was just one of a bunch in a couple competitions. I didn't. I'm not saying in a shady way. I just presumed.
Well,
I don't think
you
anybody
wouldn't assume that he doesn't owe you anything.
Exactly.
So it's not like you
and
can't be offended that he would forget about you.
And
anyway.
I don't assume that anybody remembers me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't presume that anyway. So it was. I'm not saying that in a shady way. I was just surprised.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll come out to Shippensburg tomorrow.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, he messaged. It was kind of funny though because I messaged back. It was like, like I just have to be honest. Like he asked how much time can you do? I said I feel comfortable with 15.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was doing the respectful thing. I was like, hey man, just to be honest, if it's a clean show, I can't do 15 clean. Like my set is not.
Not necessarily. Yeah.
I don't have 15 minutes worth. I have some stuff I could pick and choose, but it wouldn't be 15 minutes.
You might be able to do 10 clean.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It depends on clean too, because I mean I know he does like a lot of PG-13 stuff, which you would technically be.
I can get in there. I also don't know if like clean necessarily means like dirty or not like dark.
Usually what they mean is
like
dark is that gray area, but like usually clean is technically when people say clean, they talk about no cursing and no just filth or whatever, like sex jokes.
Right.
Which is usually the only real, thing.
But I asked this and no response. He sends a picture of like a ticket for like the show that shows like what it is. It was a charity event for cystic fibrosis at a fire hall.
Nice.
This is why I was asking if it was a clean show. It wasn't like if it was just like a club. I wouldn't even have bothered asking, but I was like, hey man, just let me know.
Yeah,
so
I guess it's like
I was trying to do the right thing because I didn't want to show up there and be like, oh yeah, it's a clean show, right? And then like tank his show.
Exactly.
I was trying to do the right thing. That's a
responsible thing to do.
To give him time to find somebody else.
Yeah.
But anyways, didn't respond to that. So then he was like, I'll send you the info in the morning. So in the morning he sent another picture of that ticket and just said, be there at 6:15. Like, all right, cool, that's the info. And I was like, just to clarify, is it a clean it's not a clean show, correct? No response. So I'm like, all right, it's not on me now. I asked twice.
Yeah.
So,
he's not worried about it. So
yeah.
And it's like, does he remember my material? Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like he saw you.
Right. I mean, I appreciate that he even asked.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, anyway, it was something I was nervous about because I'm not like an edgelord and I'm not super dirty, but I'm also not like super clean. Like if in a clean environment, I'm gonna stick out.
Yeah.
Like,
if somebody says clean, you have to follow up.
Right.
Which is what you did. But like, yeah, you definitely want to be like, okay, well, here's the thing.
Right.
I don't go on and talk about my dick that much.
right. There's not much to talk about. But anyway, so Karen K was already on the show, and he called me 10:30 or texted me 10:30 the night before. So I'm like, okay, somebody dropped out.
Yeah.
But anyway, got there. It was maybe like an hour or 15. It wasn't that crazy. I was planning on going to the zone anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just driving like another 30, 40 minutes. So really wasn't a big deal.
Is that all it is from Harrisburg?
Yeah, it was like maybe another 40 minutes ish. Yeah, not too crazy. Not too crazy. It was an easier drive than fucking State College, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But it got there. It was like a big, wide open room. It was a fire hall. So it was basically like a cafeteria.
Yeah, he does a lot of
tables.
he does a lot of stuff like that. He does the Dover one often.
Very bright.
Yeah.
Very old and very white. I would say the room. So I was a little nervous. I mean, it's
very bright, very old, very white.
Yeah. So I was nervous. Like I haven't done a lot of shows like this. I've done some bar shows at Phantom Power, like the competitions at the Zone. Like, so it's more of like a comedy environment. This was comedy coming into a non-comedy environment. His assistant guy was like, "Are we gonna dim the lights at all?" And he was like, "No." Earl like does like 90% of his act is like crowd work. He just interacts. He gets in. He gets close. He walks among them.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I mean, you could do that with the lights dim, but but I just had to realize like, okay, this is not a comedy club. This is like you're talking to people. And it did kind of force my hand to actually do that. So it was kind of nice.
You can't hide behind the blackness.
Right. There's not like bright ass lights in your face. There's bright ass lights across the entire room. In the opposite, like stage at the Zone, you can barely see.
Yeah, you can see
out
the first
crowd,
couple rows. You can kind of see shadows, but
sure. But this was like, oh no, you are.
But that's the thing at church. It was like very bright.
Right.
I mean, I couldn't see shit.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was cool. It was just me and Karen and then Earl. I went first, and it was a charity event for cystic fibrosis. So the people putting it on, like one of the women went up and had this like couple page thing that she was reading.
Awesome. Great way to start a comedy show.
I had to follow cystic fibrosis.
Okay.
And she teared up a bit. They actually brought up the kids who have
no fucking way.
like that they're raising money for.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, okay, this is a test. This is my brand in a. I was definitely out of my element, but I was like, "Fuck it," you know. What I mean, this is the point where I got to rise to the challenge. Like, if you tank this,
it's gonna be one way or the other. So
right, and he may, if this goes well, maybe it might lead to other bookings. If it doesn't, it might not.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. I'm like worried about like my jokes. I had a set list of 15 minutes. The guy tells us to do 10. So I'm like, okay, so I'm already cutting stuff, but it was kind of good because I needed to cut stuff for that room.
Yeah. So you could cut the darkest.
Like some stuff I was really sure, but I also I really liked that feeling of danger. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, on one hand, I felt like I could get tarred and feathered by the end of the evening. But on the other hand, I really enjoyed like living on that edge. Like I was nervous and like, do I tell that one? Do I not?
Yeah.
This was the most successful I've been where on the fly picking and choosing.
Yeah.
Because I had my set list there. I already knew, okay, don't do that one.
Yeah.
Don't do that one. This one's a maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very funny because I did the Jesus joke. I was like, this is like the test. And it got like a ooh, like it got some groans. I did a joke with the baby steps to becoming a millionaire. Great name for a book about child trafficking. That one got like oohs. I was like, that one's to take your temperature. But what I really did that I think worked in this environment, I wouldn't do this at a regular show.
Yeah.
But I actually kind of like, it felt borderline edgelordy where I just opened up the set. I was like, look, you people don't get easily offended, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to go out on a wild limb here and say that this is probably the fuck your feelings crowd.
Yeah. Yeah.
Politically, if you catch my drift. So they are very prideful about not being offended.
Yeah.
Unless it's what they're offended by. So I kind of put it on them. I was like, so you're not easily offended, right? And they're like, oh, no.
Yeah.
And I was like, you promise? And I made them like, promise. So they're kind of in on it. And then I was like, okay, so just remember, nobody was harmed in the writing of these jokes.
Yeah.
Let's see how this goes. I really wish we had listened to it beforehand.
Yeah.
You know, hindsight always. But that really helped me because anytime there was pushback, I had that to go back to be like, hey, you guys promised.
Yeah, you promised.
It was kind of borrowing from your you guys already laughed at that. Don't push back now. So it was like, you guys promised. I was upfront with you. I was honest.
Yeah.
So they were kind of with me for some of the darker stuff.
Yeah.
And then it was weird, some of the stuff I would get pushback. I have one about being in therapy, and then I see in the video the therapist takes a swig of Mountain Dew, so I'm getting a new therapist next week. It's a stupid like throwaway joke. I got like, it was silent, like I had like kicked their dog or something like that. It was like silent. I was like,
listen, you can kill kids in these jokes, but don't you dare talk shit on Mountain Dew.
I said exactly that because I had a couple jokes about suicide and that kind of thing. I was like, guys, I feel like you pushed back more on Mountain Dew than suicide, and that got a laugh. So like, I
wonder if they didn't get the because if you're not thinking that like Mountain Dew's white trash, you're like, you know what I mean?
They're like,
they're like, sips Mountain Dew.
We put Mountain Dew in a wine glass out here. What are you talking about?
Come on, it's not that bad. Champagne flute. It's for weddings only.
We bring out the fine aged bottle of Mountain Dew. This is a 1987.
It's exactly the same. Fermented.
So yeah, that was doing that allowed me to go back to that and kind of have it safe to where and always starting that therapy joke, just saying so I'm in therapy. That got the biggest laugh of the night, I think, of my set. Because it just follows all this dark shit. And then it kind of relieves the tension a little bit. I'm fucking having a stroke here.
Too much Mountain
Dew. So yeah, overall, it was very fun. It gave me a lot of confidence because I was able to handle that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have been able to do that earlier on, but just having a little more experience and just kind of winging it. I mean, there was a couple times where I like started a joke and I'm like, I'm regretting starting this. And they were with me a little bit though. Like I tried to be likable for however I can do that. But it was a really fun exercise in actually working with the crowd. Yeah. Which is something I've struggled with this whole time. It's no secret.
Yeah.
So it was it gave me a lot of confidence in that regard that okay, if some of my stuff was working really well there, I can feel a lot more confident, not as nervous. And this is what Earl brought up. We went after me and Karen said. Karen crushed it, by the way.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It was very funny because it's close to her home, like maybe 20 minutes away, she was saying. So she has worked with some of these people as a public defender. But she crushed it.
Hell yeah.
I mean, yeah, she was great. So she had a killer set, and then we went back to that was the other thing. It was you're gonna go up, and then there's gonna be like a raffle or something like that.
Geez.
So I followed cystic fibrosis, and there was like
Karen followed a raffle.
Then there was a raffle, and then there was like some other events, giveaways, that kind of thing. So we went back and talked to Earl, and he did address it. So I was like, okay, at least he's not a psychopath and just ignoring me completely. He was like, it was too much to say in text, and I might sound like a dick in text. He was like, just don't worry about all that shit.
Yeah.
He was like, just go up and do you. And I was like, I didn't want to explain, like, I was trying to be considerate of your show, and I didn't want to fuck up your show. I don't want to be the reason this show tanks.
Yeah, but I get.
But
well,
I get what he's saying. Like,
and he's probably looking at it like he probably did remember your act,
maybe,
and was like, nah, he's fine.
Right. Or it's on the person booking to say it's a clean show. So I was like, so unless somebody says it's a clean show, just assume that it's not. And he was like, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
He was like, yeah. He was he was like,
and
go
if they
do
say
thing.
when you get there that it's a clean show, tell them you're a fucking asshole.
Right.
I'll do my best.
Right.
Because it's crazy that you would have to.
I'll just do my set and be like, that was clean.
Yeah. Oh, you said clean. You want me to do dirty? No. Yeah, like in this day and age, this isn't the 80s anymore.
Right.
So, like, if you're booking comedy, you have to know by now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It was 18 and up, I think. So, there's that, like, except for the
children that were there. Yeah.
With cystic fibrosis.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like...
Yeah. But overall, when he's, I was like, yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? He wasn't being like harsh or like mean about it. He just didn't want to send that in a text. But so I totally get that. But yeah, he was like, just be confident and just do what you do. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I'll take that advice from now on.
Yeah, he's probably looking at it like, well, he's like, don't worry about it. I knew what I was booking you to do. So it's not
right.
Like, you know what I mean?
And he's had a million years of experience, so if it was clean, he probably would have said so. So like, I'm gonna stop second guessing, and just do me.
If people are booking you, they know you. They shouldn't. They shouldn't be booking irresponsibly. I mean, you don't book somebody if you don't have, unless you get and vouched for.
He was saying, like, I know I've said this before. There was that like fourth hand advice that Jim Norton gave Jesselnick. You be a movie, like, don't consider the crowd, just you go up and do what you do. I think you can do that once you get to a certain level.
Well, yeah, but you should try to make
some
adjustments
fans
if it's not working. Yeah.
Right. So that's what I was saying. Like, this was a great exercise and probably the best I've done, where on the fly in the set, I was looking at the set and be like, yeah, maybe not do that one.
Yeah.
But then I would look at it and be like, all right, let's see how this one goes. Like, I wasn't a total bitch about it. I didn't just go totally safe. So I was kind of proud of myself for pushing here and there. There was maybe some I shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
There might have been a couple others that would have been perfectly fine. But overall, I was super happy with it.
Nice.
The funniest fucking thing, the hardest I laughed, though, wasn't during anybody's set. It was, Karen mentioned, so Earl's up. And he was saying, I don't even remember the context of what it was, but it was something he used the phrase like "rip your lungs out" or something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what cystic fibrosis was, and Karen was like, "Maybe that wasn't the move." It was like, cystic fibrosis is a condition that affects the lungs.
Oh, really? Yeah. I didn't know that either.
Me neither. But then I just died laughing. I was like, that was the hardest I laughed that whole evening. The fact that, like, he wasn't malicious about it. I don't even think he knew. It was just on the fly. He just like, rip your lungs out. To the kids who need lungs. It was wild. It was wild. But overall, it was a fun night. I was super happy I went. I thought there was a chance, because I was already up there and would have to pass Harrisburg, that I could make it to at least some of the show, or maybe just to hang for like 20 minutes afterwards. But he kind of went long. The assistant said he's sometimes like, it's an hour show, but he'll go an hour and a half, that kind of thing. So by the time it was over, I think I texted you and you were already said you were heading out. So
I had to do a bunch of fucking. I had to like mow the lawn and shit. So I was like, maybe I shouldn't stay out late as fuck, because I won't. Then it'll be the hottest part of the day when I get up and have to do all the work I have to do.
Right, but the show is like already over anyway. Like I could have got there.
Yeah. Yeah, you would have just been coming to hang out for sure. Because by the time you said you were like leaving or whatever, whenever you said that, it was definitely over.
Right. It was overall. It was fun. It was definitely, like I said, out of my comfort zone. It was not a club by any means. It was comedy in a non-comedy environment.
Yeah,
and I still somehow survived with a pretty good set. Sorry,
that's awesome.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I yawn more on the podcast than anywhere else in my life. Need that caffeine.
That's true. Yeah, there was other than Earl, there was a single black person in the room, so he had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not to disparage those people. I know I was like kind of
Black people?
No. All the old white people. I was profiling all the old white people in the room. I was profiling everyone but the black guy in the room. And just like maybe it was an unfair assumption that like they wouldn't like my stuff. I mean, there was definitely some pushback, but nowhere near what I expected.
Yeah, here's the thing. People that get outraged about like jokes or like don't like jokes, it's usually a couple things. It's a couple topics that they don't like.
That's specific to them.
Yes, and then they will laugh at anything else, but if it's that one topic, they have a problem with it.
The one thing that did align with my profiling, and I was glad I just ignored it, and I was glad it wasn't a thing, and it was just one person. But I had the clue joke. Where like, how can you not tell the difference between a murder done with a knife, a rope, and a gun? The actual phrasing is what kind of person, what kind of detective can't tell the difference between a murder done with a rope,
I know
knife,
your
and a
joke's
gun.
better than you.
Right. And immediately some lady over on the side says a Democrat. I'm like, really?
That doesn't even make any sense.
This joke is not political in any way, shape, or form.
That's so weird.
It came out of nowhere. It was just like, oh, there's a negative person in this premise. It must be a Democrat. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, not everything has to be political. Like,
Yeah, that's super weird.
Now, if I had done, I have one, maybe two political jokes.
Yeah, you know all the Democrat detectives. You know what I mean? They're all Democrats, right?
I
guess I don't. Yeah,
I just ignored it, and luckily that was it. I just completely ignored it. Had I addressed it, it might have been like a thing. But
did anybody react to her saying that?
Not really.
So
no.
it's better to just ignore it because that would be. Then you have to do. If you bring attention to it, you have to do well.
Right. Luckily, it doesn't end right there. I do have like a line after that, like that tags it. So I just went straight into that, and it got a laugh, and then I just moved on.
Yeah.
But if that was like the end of the joke, and then she said that, it would have just been weird silence.
Yeah.
Like everyone would be like, "What the fuck? Like, why even bring that up?" On either side, had she said Republican, would have made just as little sense. It was completely unnecessary.
Just completely out of the left field for no reason.
Right. But other than that, I was. Super happy with it. Super happy with how it went. I actually recorded the audio.
Good job.
For once.
Very good job.
Still dumb enough to not play it right before because I might have remembered something else or you could have commented on something.
I was going to listen to mine too. So
one day we'll figure out how to do this podcast. Maybe another 120 episodes or whatever the fuck we're at. Outside of that, it was awesome. Hopefully it leads to some other gigs. He said he might use me for some other stuff. Nice. But it was super cool. It was super cool working with Karen. She was a fun hang. We just hung way in the back, away from everybody. So it was cool hanging with her. Like I said, she crushed it. Earl crushed it doing his crowd work thing.
Yeah, he kills.
Yeah, it's wild.
He's very good at what he does.
Yeah, for sure. There was a couple moments during his set. He got into it with a guy where he was kind of making fun of him. That's what he does. He kind of pokes on, but I think this guy got like a little offended and then literally was trying to have like a dick measuring contest with Earl. And like he had already made a joke about black guys having big days. I mean, that's not a new joke. But he was like, me? He's like, you're gonna challenge me? Like the guy was literally like standing up trying to he was joking, like trying to drop his band, but you could tell the guy was like maybe a little butthurt about him making fun of him. But by the end of the night, Earl had kind of like become around to him and kind of work him so he didn't leave. Another guy, there was like a whole lot of talk about basketball at some point. And this one guy said that he really liked this 1 year Celtics team because it was all white guys.
Yeah.
And Earl was like, he called him out on it and was like giving him shit. And then the guy was like, I'm not racist, I swear. And and then even after Earl kind of does like a meet and greet thing. You can come up, take pictures, shake his hand, that kind of thing. And I'm trying to get out of there. And so I go up and I'm kind of waiting around a few people. And this guy is just like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm really not racist. I swear. It was just like, I was just like, he was like overly apologetic, which is hilarious. He's like totally groveling.
Why'd he say that then? I mean, I'm not saying that was he joking when he said that?
No, he liked that team, I guess, because it was like, it was like, trying to think of the right way to phrase it.
You're not a good defense attorney right
now.
No,
it wasn't malicious racism. It was like oblivious racism.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he didn't even necessarily know. Like, it wasn't like good. There's no black people. It was just like, I like this team because it's what
you gotta look at that. It's a whole white team. It's amazing that they could be good.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
right. And they're not getting destroyed by the Harlem Globetrotters right now. But anyway, like, yeah, he was just groveling.
So
that was hilarious. It was also very funny because like I went up, and I was gonna like just shake his hand, and then like some other dude, the guy was groveling, and then I'm just waiting like behind Earl, and this other dude, like they're all in like line to like take pictures and meet him and everything. And this guy was like, "Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. You're gonna be waiting for a while." I just like looked at him. I just like tapped Earl on the shoulder. I was like, "Hey, see ya." And he's like, "Oh, good. Yeah, I'll call you." Blah, blah, blah. Go. I just turned around, looked at the dude, and then just walked away. I was like, I'm just trying to shake his hand and get out of here. I'm not trying to like fucking blow him. Like, you know what I mean? Like
this guy. Like this guy's about to prove he's not racist by blowing Earl David Reed. I swear I'm not Let me
I just really like the Celtics.
It was my graduation year.
But yeah, I just thought that was funny. The guy was trying to like.
That's so funny.
I was like, I'm just trying to say bye to him.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, so I just shook his hand quick and just got the hell out of there. And yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I am racist. I gotta see you later, man. I gotta. That's amazing. Should have gave him more shit when he went to shake his hands. Like, are you sure you want to be seen with me? I don't know. Your parents aren't here, are they?
No, the crowd loved him. It was wild. That's a skill I don't have. Like I've been working on interacting with the crowd a little bit here and there, and
there's interacting and then there's doing that. That's
for like a straight hour and a half. Like that was kind of wild. It's kind of wild. Like it's not something necessarily I want to do, but it's an impressive skill. Like
for sure, yeah.
That I don't have, so I'll just
it would be nice to have. Yeah, I need to work on crowd work as much as I don't want to.
It was a great experience.
We've already gone over how bad I am at improv. It's not going to go well. I'm gonna have to write crowd work material.
Yeah, when's there gonna be another bucket mic or shit in the hat?
I don't know.
I'm
gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
I want to
as
show
bad
up to
as
this
it's gonna go. Yeah, I don't know. That'd be fun.
You got anything else?
No, I don't think so. Want to get that? Want to blow this dude?
Yeah, I had another stupid thing, but that can wait.
Yeah,
that can maybe wait. Yeah, outside of that, I don't have anything else going on until the 31st. Do you have the 17th?
No, I got canceled.
Oh, that's right.
Postponed.
I'm sorry. Postponed.
So then August 25th.
5th.
And then I'm doing actually a show.
Oh, shit.
I think it's produced by Earl.
Okay.
October 19th.
Okay, cool.
I think
2 days after my birthday. Hell yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I think it is. I remember seeing that.
Right.
Yeah, it's October 19th, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
But yeah, that's all I got going on.
Word.
So hopefully I get booked in the meantime.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely, if you're in the York area, come out on the 31st. It's going to be the first comedy show at Skid Row. Everyone's going to get sick of me saying it and posting it until then. But I'm super excited for it just because it's a crazy lineup. It's the first show there. It's already like a killer music venue. So if it can become like a cool comedy spot in York, that would be sick. So yeah, other than that, I got nothing else.
Cool. Me neither.
Word. See you next Thursday.
Take it easy.